Hi, I'm Alicia Butler-Pierre, and in this season of the Business Infrastructure Podcast, we are touring 12 different countries to figure out what's it like to conduct business in each of those countries. Coming up next on our tour is Brazil. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe by clicking on that button below and click that notification bell so that you'll know exactly when the next episode airs. Now, let's go ahead and figure out what's it like to conduct business in Brazil. We're aboard Equilibria Airlines at the halfway point on a 9-hour flight from Mexico City further south to Brazil, the largest country in both South America and Latin America in general. We're headed for São Paulo, which happens to be the largest city in Brazil and ranks just above Mexico City as the 4th most populated city in the world. I'm Alicia Butler-Pierre, and this is Season 18 of the Business Infrastructure Podcast, the show where we share operational tips, tactics, and tools for curing back office blues. I can't hide it. I'm excited. This will be my first time in Brazil. I've wanted to visit for a long time, and now here we are. And I don't know about you, but I want to experience as much of it as we can. But we're here to talk business first. This episode is underwritten by Equilibria Incorporated, the company behind this podcast, where we design scale-ready business infrastructure for fast-growing small businesses. We've landed at the São Paulo airport. The weather is warm and the atmosphere is buzzing with activity. There's people everywhere. But somehow we spot Rafaela Romano. She's really busy, but kindly offered to meet us here and take us to an Airbnb we've rented for the week. Rafaela is working on an important project in the Amazon rainforest and must get back there. But before she does, she helps us set up a Zoom call with her business partner, Paula Palermo. And Paula is about to give us a crash course on scaling operations with blockchain technology, the importance of giving first, learning Portuguese, and so much more. This is episode 230, Doing Business in Brazil with Paula Palermo.
Hi, Alicia. Thanks for having me. I'm Paula Palermo. I am from Brazil. I'm from São Paulo, and I'm living now in Lake Como in Italy.
And what brought you to Lake Como in Italy?
Love, Alicia.
Love, amor.
Amore. Yes.
Amore. What? Okay. Well, without giving too many details, who's that special someone?
Yeah. So actually, I met Lele in Brazil. He was doing an exchange in my university. And then after everything ended, we decided to stay together. And the place that we live right now is Italy. We've been living in Spain before. We need to balance business and life. And I think it's a great decision to take as well when you can have this balance in your life.
Paula and her beau have been living in Italy now for a year. And although she advocates the importance of balancing personal and professional life, she's clear on her mission.
Yes, exactly. It's totally focused on Latin America and Brazil. Even if I'm living here, we have this commitment to work for this specific region.
It's Paula's commitment to Brazil that's made this interview possible. And when I think of Brazil, it conjures up images of great food, beautiful people, beaches, densely populated cities, capoeira, and the favelas. But we're here to talk business, so let's get right into it. Without hesitation, I asked Paula to describe the small business climate in Brazil.
Wow, that's a huge task because Brazil is huge, but I love to talk about Brazil and everything that we have there, because I also think that we have all those things that you said, but at the same time, we have many stigmas as well. We have a lot of poor population, and also we still need a lot of infrastructure and also a lot of support for businesses and also for families and for many individuals that are living there. But at the same time, I have to say that we are a very happy population, even with the difficulties that we have every day. And this is something that you can actually see for any Brazilian that you meet. We are full of happiness. We will make everything to have you being comfortable around us. So this is something that definitely you're going to see when you go to Brazil or when you meet any Brazilian. And yes, you're very right when you say about beaches, water, and also a lot of population. If you see Brazil, it's almost a continent, right? And it's so different because you have different ecosystems, natural ecosystems from the north to south, and also very different cultures as well. So if you want to go to Brazil, you need first to understand what you want to see. Because if you like big cities as New York, as Paris, as Milan, you need to go to São Paulo because it's one of my favorite cities. For sure. It's so fun. And if you want to launch a business, I think this is a great place to start. And if you want to go to Rio, because Rio is still a big city, but have a lot of beautiful nature and a lot of things happening as well. And if you want to go more to the beaches, I think you should go to the north, east of Brazil, which is fantastic. And if you want to go to nature, why not go to the Amazon rainforest, where Rafa, my co-founder, is right now.
In other words, go to Brazil with purpose and intention. We talked a little more about her business partner, Rafaela, or Raf, as Paula affectionately calls her. With a country as vast as Brazil, they chose to set up their company, Impacta Finance, in São Paulo. But there are certainly other options.
You don't need to live in a big city to actually start a business. And that's also how we see in Brazil, because as we don't have much, we do what we need to do with what we have. Many people start with a very simple solution. They launch their business and they actually can make to live. But we still face a lot of difficulties. It's not a paradise. I'm not saying here that it's just easy to launch a business. It is complicated. You need support. That's something that I have in my life. I receive support and I want to give support as well. So I think that this moment when you need to start a business, we want to start a business, it's very important to look for people that can help you and that can help you to lead the way. So this can be in São Paulo, this can be in Rio, this can be in the Amazon, it can be in many places, but you need to find something that you really love to do, something that you feel there is a market for, and also do not close your doors for help, because when you're starting a business, you need help, you need directions, and you need contact. So I think with this formula, we can start doing something.
And that's a formula that applies for any type of business. I wondered if there were some businesses that fare better than others. Paula and Rafaela's company specializes in blockchain technology. Which businesses do well in Brazil?
I would divide into chapters. Okay, so first it's business without tech. We have many small businesses in Brazil that is focused on sales, on marketing, and you see that small and medium enterprises, they are around all the sectors that we see in society. You can have a small law firm, you can have a small marketing agency, and this is very usual to have in Brazil. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. You can catch the full interview by going to businessinfrastructure.tv or by clicking the link below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe so that you'll know exactly when the next episode drops. See you in the next video.
Join us next week for another episode of Business Infrastructure with Alicia Butler-Pierre.